We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
I did. Oh, wow! Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers.
Okay, you ready? Open wide!
Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to Side Scrollers. It's Monday and it's your boy, me. Craig died again, but don't worry, he'll be resurrected on Wednesday. So for now, you have me hosting the Titanic into an iceberg, but alas, earwax. Okay.
No, I'm not going to sing again. I'm not doing it. Hey, I have a question as a fellow pickle lover. So I was like on Instagram, right? And I saw some chick take taco seasoning and just dump a whole pack into a pickle jar and shake it. Do you think that's like disgusting or good? I'm kind of afraid.
Seasoning?
She took a whole thing of taco seasoning and just dumped it into the jar and shook it up and ate it. And I'm like, would that be good or not? I don't know. I'm kind of afraid to do it.
What does taco seasoning look like? Like,
huh?
No, because you just
make it a taco.
Yeah, but you just make it from scratch. I don't understand what taco seasoning is. It like peppers or is that cheese?
You go to like El Paso or something, and they're like, "Hey, you want to make your meat taste good? You just throw some seasoning. Just put like paprika and stuff in there.
Pepper. That's what I'm asking.
It's
I don't know.
powder, bro. It's powder.
Okay, well listen. I don't know. I don't like that. I don't like that idea. Anyway,
okay,
by the way, your camera is like 360 pixelation, by the way.
Why?
I don't know. You're like 1990s VHS Melee K right now.
Perfect. That's beautiful.
Anyway, unless it's just me, I don't know. But I don't know because someone says the Southeast Asian internet.
Sorry. Very hard to get internet working on this kind of place, but we did it.
Anyway, also joining us is a sleepy yellow Flash today. Did you get coffee?
I did. Yeah, I did.
Okay. What kind of coffee did you get?
It's a pistachio cream cold brew.
See what I'm saying, Kay? How he's
good,
perfect
bro.
for the first topic we're discussing after gaming history today.
Yeah, that's not on the list that you have, though.
I know,
Cold
but I
brews
figured
are still there.
But we'll get to that in a bit, but I guarantee you Flash will have many things to say on this list.
Based
I'm
on
just
that.
saying.
I don't drink anything on that list.
Well, never mind, but we're still going to discuss it later. Anyway, guys, hello. Happy Monday. As I said, Craig is not here. He'll be back on Wednesday. And then on Monday, I'm going to be in Texas with Craig and Phoenix. And basically, hopefully nothing bad happens where we don't nuke the channel. Anyway. You can find us over on YouTube, Rumble, Kick, Locals, Spotify, which I've been uploading the audio version because I can't handle the actual full upload of a video because internet is great. It's basically like Melee K's when she gets 360.
That Guam internet. That's
yes. You're a lot
What's
better
worse?
now, Kay, by the way.
The India internet or the Guam internet? What's worse?
They're about the same.
It's pretty bad in India.
Yes, did you try the clicky button? Click, click.
No, but I will go to Tim Hortons after. Listen, it's better.
Good. That's so good, bro. Okay, let's just jump right into it because we got a lot of shit to talk about. At first, it was going to be a slow news day, but then shit happened and there's a lot of news now. So, I fixed this game in history, by the way. If you follow us on Side Scrollers on X or Twitter, you'll notice that I made a boo-boo on there and I fixed it this morning afterwards. So here's the new one. It is February 24th, which means Silent Hill was released, Fear Effect was released, and Pac-Man World 2 back in 2002.
Oh,
These are old school
yes.
ones.
Pac-Man World 2. Hell yeah.
You like that game?
No, I've never played it. Silent Hill, though. Banger. Banger.
Anyway, Kate, do you have any of those games for share?
Physically, no, actually I don't, which is really depressing. I looked at my shelf, I'm like, I've played all 3 of the games that you listed, but I don't have any of them with me. But a lot of people are like nostalgic for Silent Hill 2 more so. But for me, the first Silent Hill was always more haunting and like
Yeah, I like them
seeing
both.
those little goblins running at you or whatever they are. It was like short creatures that were like my height, like running around. You just like run at a certain pace.
Chasing after you.
Yeah, they never quite catch up with you. It's like, I don't know. It's just Silent Hill 1 kind of hits better for me personally.
Well, I'm going to be Craig and be like, you also missed these Blabs, but I really did.
Can I pull a Craig for a second? You did
yes.
not put one that I'm like, really? But it's
What?
okay. I get it.
Which?
Gex the Gecko.
I don't know that one.
Oh, for the 3DO?
Dude, it's not
Gex
even
the
on this.
Gecko.
Oh,
No
there
one
it is.
played that thing because it was
For the
like
PlayStation.
$17,000.
But
Yeah,
it's Gex.
What is
I love my
this?
boy Gex. It's like a platformer, 3D platformer.
Yeah,
It was on the
PlayStation.
3DO, which nobody had because it literally cost a fucking car.
Yeah.
It was an ultimate free roaming 3D experience on PlayStation, released February 24th, 1998. So today, basically.
Oh, it is on PS1, but it came to PS1 after, didn't it?
That's true, yeah. I
Yeah.
think it's after, yeah.
So it's $17,000 this game now?
I only ever played it on
No,
PS1, but I did hear the 3DO
joking.
thing.
The
Oh,
3DO was very expensive. If you take it was $700 when it came out. So I think with inflation, it'd be
Oh,
like almost $2,000, something like that.
Chat's saying Sega Saturn. Maybe it was Sega Saturn.
Pretty sure it
I
came
don't
out
know.
on 3DO first, but
Hmm.
I could be wrong.
Oh, I don't know. Anyway, back to that. We also have Front Mission releasing in Japan. We have Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinistrals. Did I say Sinistrals, I'm assuming? Also releasing in Japan. We have Gex, Enter the Gecko, just for K. We have Digimon Rumble Arena. Indiana Jones and the Emperor's Tomb, which I didn't even know was a thing. And I kind of want to play that now because it's Indiana Jones and it came out in 2003. So how bad could it really be? I hope. Dynasty Warriors 5. Need for Speed Underground Rivals, Samurai Warriors 2, Star Ocean: The Last Hope, which kind of makes me feel like that Titan that imploded a couple of years ago.
What?
It just reminds me of the two. The name, The Last Hope. Anyway, Fantasy Star Portable 2 Infinity, SD Gundam, Dragon Ball, Xenoverse, Dynasty Warriors 8, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil Revelations 2 was released.
Xenoverse came out today?
Yes.
That's
Dragon
a
Ball
good
Xenoverse.
game.
10 years
How
ago
dare you
today.
miss that?
I'm sorry.
It's been 10 years.
Yes, it's been 84 years.
Oh my god, stop telling me the amount of years it's been since games come out. It really like shell shocks me every time.
Oh, we have a whole segment
It's
about
like-
shell shocking in a bit.
Oh, it traumatizes me. I'm like, I was there 10 years ago. Which
I was
doesn't
there,
feel
man.
like that's a decade. Are you sure? It's 10 years?
10 years. It says 2015's Xenoverse.
I'm gonna
You're
go-
right. That came out on PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, Xbox 360, and Xbox One.
I feel my gray hairs like coming in like as you're talking.
You know that Matt Damon meme? Let's see right now.
No, what?
David.
From what's he called? What's that movie called? Where he's like really young and all of a sudden he just ages. Yeah, that's you right
You're
now.
the film buff, not me. I don't know.
And then Mario and Sonic at the Rio 2016 Olympic Games was released in Japan.
Yo,
9
those
years
go
ago.
hard.
The
The Olympic
furries are
Games are good.
clapping.
Yeah,
I am. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not a furry.
Sonic fans are. I think there's a large portion of that fan
Kay
base
wants a
that's furry.
Sonic Shoe medallion.
I do not. Why would you put that on me? No, I do not want
If
that.
someone ever sent that to me, I would take it outside and shoot it with my shotgun.
Exactly. There's no way.
Saving Private Ryan. That's the name. I was like, well, that movie where everyone dies. Yeah. Thank you.
The Matt Damon movie where everyone dies. Thank
Dude,
you.
dude, it was awful. They put it on for like when we were doing like a college road trip, like a giant field trip with the entire class, and we were all stuck on a bus together, and it was like a 5-hour drive. And the morons were like, put on Saving Private Ryan. And I was like, why? So we had to like, everyone was just so subdued because it's like the worst opening ever, right? It's so traumatic, and it gives everyone like PTSD. And that's what they put on a freaking bus. I was like, oh my god. So everyone was just miserable because, it's
You're
a
not singing,
heavy topic.
Camp songs or something on a bus, like
I mean, it was college. Who sings camp songs in college?
I don't know.
But on my senior trip in high school, we watched We're the Millers. So, like, what a change of events, man. from high school to college.
That's a drastic difference. Hey, do you watch anything like on a normal TV? Because every time I talk to you, it's like, yeah, I watch this thing on a plane. I watch this on a bus. Like, do you watch anything on like a normal like TV?
Yeah, I do. It's just like these random. I mean, I've seen We the Millers. Maybe I didn't see We the Millers first on the TV. I can't remember. I think I watched it first like on senior trip in high school because it like just came out when I was in high school, and then I think I watched it on the big TV afterwards. But yeah. I have a lot of adventures, I guess. I don't know what to say.
You really do. I learn something new every day I talk to you.
Yes. Did you ever watch We're the Millers, Yellow Flash?
No, I don't think so.
What? The one with like Jennifer Aniston, Emma Roberts, and Will Poulter with the upside down eyebrows? And
Yeah,
they'll pretend to be a family. It's absolutely hilarious. 10 out of 10, recommend. You'd love it. You actually would. It's really funny. Okay. All right, guys. By the way, don't forget to slap the like button. Do it. Or you're gay. Okay, let's just get into it. Did White Flash?
So that's right. You're gay.
That's right. You're gay. Okay, let's get into it. It's the non-flaccid intro.
Hard news.
Okay, so if you guys didn't know, Yellow Flash really likes his peppermint coffee, and his coffee's right before he streams here on Mondays. So Yellow Flash,
I drank the peppermint coffee a few times, but it was like a
it
seasonal
was like
thing.
every Monday for like 2 months.
It was not every Monday for 2 months.
Kind of was. Anyway, what are you drinking this morning?
This morning I had the pistachio cream cold brew.
See, he's like so elegant about it. I had the pistachio this morning. Well, there's a reason I'm asking this, guys. It's not like I really need to know like what he's drinking, because Starbucks is removing 13 drinks off of its menu. So that includes espresso frappuccino, cafe vanilla frappuccino, Java chip, white chocolate mocha, chai cream, caramel ribbon crunch, a double chocolatey chip cream. Dude, this just sounds like diabetes in a drink. Chocolate chip, chocolate cookie crumble, a white chocolate cream, ice maca, white hot chocolate, royal English breakfast, and honey almond drink flat white.
I drank none of those.
Yeah, but the reason I'm bringing this up is because, do you think they're getting rid of all this stuff because it's so unhealthy with the current people coming into office to make America healthy again?
White hot chocolate is bad?
Well, it's probably made out of really bad ingredients because it's Starbucks. They don't have anything good, do they?
Isn't that literally just like chocolate powder and hot water?
Yeah, but knowing Starbucks, they probably put a whole bunch of other shit in it. Like, have you seen how much like stuff there is, like a normal shit that they have there? It's insane.
That's everybody though.
Yeah, true.
All
But anyway,
these places are unhealthy.
are you upset about the change and all these removals? You
Care
fine
less.
with it? Okay, well then never mind then. Kay, do you drink Starbucks?
I love white chocolate mochas. So just seeing the word white chocolate being removed like 5 times really depressed me. I used to have those fraps all the time. I don't really drink them as much anymore, but like, you know, you get a craving once in a while, and
The
that's like, I can't
frappuccinos
have
are
it.
super high calorie.
It's literally a milkshake. Like, it's not
Yeah.
even coffee at that point, man. Like, but I like the white chocolate. What can I say? I like it, and they're taking it away from me, so it's a little tragic.
Is that what you call James?
No! I set myself up, didn't I? I didn't mean to do that.
Come here, white chocolate.
Yeah, they're like 900, I think, calories a drink. Those things, fucking crazy. That's like almost half of your calorie intake for the day.
Yeah, it is insane. So that's why I never drink Starbucks. Like, that's a lot. It's kind of gross. But let me see here. Matthew says, did you know that Starbucks runs an unregistered bank? Look it up. Huh?
That's interesting. I didn't know.
That is interesting. Well, I want to look that up later. Thank you for
Does this
that.
have something to do with like all the gift cards and stuff? You know, people just dump their cash into the Starbucks app because it's so easy. There's so many Starbucks around. You just go in, scan your drinks, get your free drinks with your stars. It's kind of like how McDonald's does their whole like real estate thing too. Like maybe that's what this is all tied to. The business isn't necessarily the coffee, but the other things surrounding it.
I had no idea. I just screenshotted that because I actually want to look that up later.
Yeah, I'm curious now too.
Kay says, not Kay.
That ain't me, bish. I'm right here. What? Why would I type to you?
Because I read the top of it. I keep doing that for the locals things. All right. I do that quite often. I just usually cover it up. Okay, CG Hero says, I have a physical copy of both Silent Hill and Fear Effect on PlayStation 1. Now I just need to find the time to play them. Lol.
Fear Effect was kind of cool because it was kind of Resident Evil-ish. I'm using this very loosely, but you could run and gun at the same time, and I felt like that was kind of revolutionary at that moment.
That Silent Hill
Fear
copy is worth some money, bro. It's like
Oh,
$140 game.
There, at Starbucks.
$140?
That's worth some cash.
Nice. Winterfell, which, by the way, just so you guys are aware, we have 2 new Montez videos up that Phoenix worked on over the weekend. I'm not going to tell you what they are, but they're pretty good. It's Phoenix. He did a good job. So, if you want to see one of them, you know what to do. Winterfell for $9.99 says, Montez told Starbucks to lay off people this week to boost efficiency. Google it. What? Okay, thank you. Rebound says, I'm a caffeine fiend, don't care about the taste. Yeah, I'm not really big on all these, like, frappuccinos and things. Bike Short says, I'm hired for hard news. Of course you are. Bush and Ryu says, a new Miles Morales game? No, you can throw that in the no-no square. Don't touch the
Did they announce a new one?
You'll see. We're going to talk about it in a bit. That's where K comes in. And Maverick says, still sad, I don't know what happened to my Silent Hill 1.
No,
Someone probably
that's
stole
tragic.
That's
Someone
very
was like $140. Don't mind if I do. I hope that didn't
I'm
happen
pretty sure
to
it's
you.
over $100 because, I mean, it's just an in-demand game.
Okay.
Sure.
Let's move on from Starbucks. Now, I want to know.
It wasn't even in that. It wasn't even in that remaster collect. Remember they put out that collection? It's like it's remastered on PS3.
Yeah,
Silent
that was
Hill
a
1
good
wasn't
era.
even fucking in it, which I'm still kind of blown away by that. It was just 2 and I think 3 and that one where you're in the room.
So I didn't touch that PS3 collection because I heard like with the fog, it just doesn't come through as well as like the original versions of the game. But I didn't know the first game wasn't in there.
Yeah, it wasn't in there.
That's a big
It was just
miss.
2 and 3.
There were so many good collections during that time too. Like they did like the Tomb Raider collection, like a bunch of games. And it was like you want to get those PS3 copies. Like God of War had a collection as well. So I'm shocked that they dropped the ball there. Metal Gear had one. There's so many.
Okay, let me pivot now. We're gonna get back
Pivot.
we're getting back into the game in a little bit, but first, guys, I want to know, and this one's also for the chat, but if any of you people would do the following, and if you are, you might be insane. Let me just look at that. Do that. That just flew away on a tractor.
What the fuck is the point of that?
I want to know how he gets back down. If he crashes or not, you know?
I would be afraid to do that, but I know we wouldn't be able to show it on the channel, but this needs like a Creed cut. You know, the Super Bowl like halftime show with Higher? You need that. Like that song with this. That'd be freaking epic, man.
Dude, look how high he is.
This is like some shit out of
It's terrifying.
Idiocracy.
How does he get down? Does he like slowly just lose like?
He slowly lands and then presses the gas, and then if he lands okay, he should just keep moving. But fucking stupid. What is the point
That
of
is
this?
wild. I don't know. I think it's insane, but it also looks cool at the same time. Like that dude just took off on a track. There he goes. Bye. I don't know. I thought it was amazing. I guess Flash would never do it.
No, I would never skydive either.
I've skydived. Tandem, that is. Yeah.
That.
I actually was in California. There's a county called Yolo in California, which is literally called Yolo. So I skydived out of a county called Yolo. So you only live once, and I skydived there. So I guess the meaning is true. I could have died. And I landed like James Bond. Everyone else was landing on their asses, and the dude was like tandem with me. He was like, "We're gonna land standing up. It's gonna be awesome." I'm like, okay. And it was like boom. I was like, "Oh, I lived." So yeah.
You're a
Smith
daring
spy.
person. That would terrify the shit out of me.
I've also jumped off a bridge in a waterfall.
What?
Yeah. It was like a 50-foot bridge.
Blabs has lived life. This is so. You needed like a segment where you're just like, yeah, I lived life. This is this random thing I did. Like, this is crazy.
I randomly jumped off a bridge. The end. It's anyway. So yeah, I was like 20, dude. I wouldn't do it now. I'd be like, I'm too old for that shit. But now,
You're not even old, bro. What do you mean?
Yeah, but like I feel so old. So like when I was 20, I was like a young grasshopper. But now I'm just like, nah. Anyway, let's move on. So speaking of feeling old, I was sent this video. Now I can't like constantly like pull it back because it's on Instagram. But if you really want to feel old, guys, this video will make you feel so old. So this is Australian like comedian, I guess. He's on YouTube. And he did all these like facts for everyone to explain how old certain things were. And we honestly, you just have to let it play. So here he is. It's nuts. Just enjoy.
Feel old. Want to know something that'll make you feel real old? Nintendo was founded when Jack the Ripper was still active in London. What? There was a tortoise called Harriet who was studied by Charles Darwin in 1835. Lived till it was 2006 in Australia Zoo. Steve Irwin Zoo. He passed away 19 years ago. 19 years? Usain Bolt set...
Isn't that insane? Steve Irwin died 19 years ago.
It's been almost 20 years. I felt like the Earth stopped that day. It was like
Dude,
so
I was
depressing.
so upset when he died.
Me too. I
So
can't
upset.
believe it's been 19 years. I'm
Rhino
still
hates
upset.
Rhino hates Steve Irwin?
Because he makes he makes fucking Australians look over the top, I guess.
Oh my god, I'm gonna talk to him later and be like, the fuck, man? What, does he hate like Robert too at this point? Like Robert's a little adorable thing.
He doesn't like Crocodile Dundee or Steve Irwin.
Rhino's not a nationalist, I guess.
Foster's.
Wow.
Outback Steakhouse.
Well, yeah, okay, that one's fair. Not actually Australian.
It's got steak in the name. What do you mean? That's great.
Well, they don't have any. They have like 2 in the whole country.
Yeah, it's not actually Australian. That's
Here,
why.
I thought Canada was bad, but that's rough.
Anyway, let's just keep going because this is wild stuff.
the 100-meter record in 2009, and he's been long retired. He's 38. That's how old I am. Cristiano Ronaldo's 40.
That's nuts, though. Usain Bolt and Ronaldo, they're like 38 and 40 years old. Like, God, we're old.
See, it's true. Yes. The only thing Rhino likes is Star Wars slop.
Is this like a Rhino hate stream right now? Rhino hate?
Today he was getting on. You know when Elon Musk smoked weed on Joe Rogan's podcast? Let me guess, last year. 7 years ago?
7 years
Seven
ago.
years ago?
7 years ago. 7.
How old is the Alex Jones Joe Rogan as well? That must be old now too. If that was 7 years ago.
Dude, how long has been Joe Rogan's podcast been going for?
You're gonna be like, yeah, it's
Wow.
been 50 years or something, and I'll be like, what?
Yeah. Okay.
7? What? The first Harry Potter movie is now older than Star Wars was when the first Harry Potter came out. So you're saying when Harry Potter came out, Star Wars was like, that was so long ago, but that's like now when Harry Potter came out? The first Star Wars movie came out closer to World War II than today. What?
Isn't that nuts?
Huh?
Yeah. Okay.
This is the beginning of my week, Blabs. What are you doing? I'm going to be in crisis for the rest
You're
of my
Matt Damon.
week.
It's fine.
Oh my god.
PlayStation 2 is older than the entire Gen Z generation.
That's a lot. The PlayStation 2 is older than the entire Gen Z.
I'm upset. I still remember the launch of the PS2, man. Like, what are you saying? I remember launch is way older than that. Like, my God.
Bruh.
The Blockbuster? Well, Netflix almost bought it out for $50 million in 2000, but now Netflix is worth $200 billion and there's only one Blockbuster store left. I used to rewind tapes. Toy Story is older than...
Dude, isn't there like the one Blockbuster like was in Oregon and like that's it or something like that? Like somewhere in the West Coast?
Yeah, it's like Bend, Oregon or something like that. I really want to go one
I thought
day.
it was in
just to check it out.
Alaska. No?
Okay, it's either in Alaska or it's in Oregon. I can't remember. Unless they're
feel
talking
like
about
it's
like...
Oregon.
Someone in the chat will say.
Yeah, I could have
I
sworn
think
maybe
it's
like...
Bend,
Or maybe it's
Oregon.
both. And like they don't really count the one in Alaska. Anyway,
Maybe.
yeah.
I miss
Some
those
employee-
stores. I miss video rental stores
Yeah.
in general.
Oh, me too.
I miss
you know
just
what?
going to stores. We don't do that anymore.
Well, the thing too with that is like you used to find games that you would love for a lifetime doing that. Like for me, I'm a huge KOTOR fan. That was a rental for me, and that's in like my top 5 games of all time. That's just crazy to think about. I might have not given it a chance if it wasn't a rental. And I love it. We need those back.
Kay's like, well, let's get back into the time machine. We're going back.
Employees that work at Pixar working on the next Pixar movie. Hold on, what? Charlie Chaplin made silent films, but he also could have worn Nike's, got a pumpkin spice latte from Starbucks, and got a North Face jacket delivered by FedEx. Charlie Chaplin, the silent film guy. You know, Morgan Freeman was 57 when he was in Shawshank Redemption. I love that movie. Now he's 87. 87! William Shatner first starred in Star Trek when he was 35. He was so beautiful. He's 93.
That's crazy, though. nice save on his face. But yeah, that's crazy. William Shatner being 93. Same age as John Williams. Yeah.
I'm not okay. I'm just not okay.
Damn, bro.
If David Attenborough made a nature doco when he was born, it'd look like this. Silent film? Silent film. Piano music. Title cards. What? Cleopatra lived closer in time to the iPhone than the pyramids of Giza.
Now that is a wild statement. Look at Kay. She's like, error not found.
I'm broken. I'm a broken human.
Yes.
That can't be right. Cleopatra. The brand of car that Oprah gave to her entire audience doesn't exist anymore. You can't buy a Pontiac.
You get a card. You get a card.
Pontiac's been dead for a while.
Yeah. Look at Kay. She's just shutting down. Just powering. Yeah. Welcome to 2025.
What? Tom Cruise was jumping on Oprah's couch 20 years ago over Katie Holmes. Remember that? Yeah, they've been divorced for 13 years. That was yes.
Yeah.
I remember that like it was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Lord, Blabs, why have you done this?
Because I was aging while watching this, and I thought everyone else should age with me too.
See, now we're gonna be talking about a bunch of stories later, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's nice.
But who
I
the
can't
hell
believe this thing
cares?
is like 50 years old. Oh my god.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yesterday, Miley Cyrus came in like a wrecking ball 12 months ago. 12 years ago. Freddie Highmore, you know, played Charlie
She
and
was
Charlie in the
Hannah
Chocolate Factory.
Montana 12 years ago. There's no way.
Dude, no.
What do you mean? I remember the first episode of Hannah Montana.
Yeah, I remember like little Lily being like, it's Hannah Montana. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He's 32. Stop it! Of course, that was a remake. The original was 54 years ago, and that Charlie's 67. I can't take it anymore. Stop it! Monsters Inc. came out 24 years ago. Mike Wazowski. Hello? Macaulay Culkin's 44. No, he's not. COVID was half a decade ago.
Now that's a wild statement too. It's been 5 years.
Like it was still happening for a while. That one's a little bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I mean like the start of
That's why
it
he said
then.
half a decade. And it was 2020. So
Yeah.
Like he's just
really-
making it sound way more dramatic
Yeah.
than it is, because it's like
He's been doing that this whole time.
I
mean, to
still
be
see
fair,
signs
some of
around
these-
here.
Some of these are pretty like holy shit.
We're closer to the year 2050 than 2000. Listening to Nirvana today is the same as listening to the Beatles in the 90s. The future in Back to the Future happened 10 years ago. If Back to the Future was made today and had the same time jump, Marty McFly would go back to 1994.
Now that's kind of wild and cool to think about. You don't think? Poor Kay. Okay, we're keep going.
I'm on watch right now. I'm just like, this is just crazy, man. I don't know.
She's in suicide watch, guys.
You know GTA? I love GTA. GTA was first released on MS-DOS. MS what? Someone was executed by guillotine the same year that Star Wars came out. Hello. You know Donald Trump? Oh yeah, I know Donald Trump. He's been the president again for less than 3 weeks.
Oh, fuck this guy.
Anyway, I've got to go, mate. Oh, and if you're 45, the world's population's doubled in your lifetime. See ya!
So that's basically the end.
Australia hating on Trump.
I mean, You can take that as him going, it's only been 3 weeks and so much has been done, or you can be like, he's a piece of shit. Depends on how you want to look at it. Anyway, yeah.
Been a great
Thanks, Blabs.
too.
You're welcome. MS-DOS, GTA. Yeah.
Whatever. That was a totally different GTA. Like it, I associate like Vice City and like San Andreas and like GTA 5 as GTA. I know the old school GTAs are also fun, but they're just so dramatically different. I can accept that one, but Hannah Montana not being 10 years ago is a little hard.
That's where you draw the line, Hannah Montana.
That's where I'm gonna draw the line on this one because the rest of them are too painful, like Steve Irwin.
Yeah, that one hurt. I remember I was asleep and my mom came into my room and she's like, Steve Irwin died. And my sister and I were like, no. It was awful. I have like the board games, like the Crocodile Hunter board games with like little crocodile that bite stuff. Yeah.
He had a board game?
He had a board game. It was great.
Oh my god, I need to find this board game.
She's gonna go to eBay right now.
Yeah, okay, there you go. I've got my white pill in this again. Now I know there's a board game.
You feel
I'm
better?
okay. I'm recovering. We're good. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Something good came out of that. We're fine.
All right. Matthew says, if you two feel old, Yellow Flash must feel ancient. How do you feel, Flash?
Good.
Okay. Dirt is King says it will take another 300 to 400 years for Cleopatra to be closer to the pyramids than the modern day. Ancient Egyptian history is long. Thank you very much, Dirt is King. Bike Short says, Blabs, please, you're turning me into a skeleton. You're welcome. Orthodox Monk says, I got a 3DO for $180 back in 2020. They have went up so much. They have went up much since then, like around $200. I got the 2 D&D games for it, but PoE'd was the odd gem on it. Thank you very much. Luffy with the freaking avatar. I love it. GX Trilogy physical coming 2025 by Limited Run.
Oh,
Gex, let's
Limited
go.
Run.
I know, I hate Limited Run, but...
Yeah. There was that whole
But I like
story
Gex.
that we never even covered it last week about how like they were selling something that was like, what was it, damaging, right? There was something
The
that was damaging.
Rugrats cart is broken.
Yeah.
And it's damaging consoles, which is just very in Limited Run fashion. I just constantly criticize them because like every time I hear news about them, it's just awful. It's awful.
Remember what they
And then-
they fired Carol Lynn over what? Laughing at that Harry Potter joke?
No, wasn't she like
She
liking
just like
a
liked a tweet or something?
She liked a tweet that
Gays
was
Against
talking about-
Groomers?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
insane.
she's got to go. Yeah, I've never bought from them again since then. They
I
lost
don't
me
blame
forever.
you, man.
Wass says, paragliding on a lawnmower, Mexicans are resorting to desperate measures to get over the war.
Yeah, you just taught a bunch of people how to go over the border. Good job,
It's
Blabs.
true, and they'll get a job. They have a lawnmower with them ready to go. Like, listen, I can mow your lawn. Let me through. Okay, let's move on to the BBC. When I saw this story, that actually I have to give credit to Ian Soforth. I'm not sure if he's watching today, but he was the one who tweeted this out. And I thought this was an absolute wild story, and we had to talk about it. A man offers to split winnings after thieves hit jackpot with his credit card. You're probably like, what does that mean? So we're going to talk about it. A Frenchman has appealed to 2 thieves who used a stolen credit card to purchase a jackpot winning scratch card to come forward, promising to split the €500,000 prize with them. Introducing himself as Jean-David E., the man told RTL Radio that since the money would otherwise be seized by authorities, he's looking to strike a deal with them. He's like, give me my money so we can share it. Without me, they would not have won. But without them, I would not have bought this ticket. I want to offer them to share the winnings, the Toulouse resident said. No one has so far come forward with the winning ticket, which has been blocked by France's national lottery operator, Française des Jeux, according to Jean-David. Jean-David discovered that his backpack containing his wallet had been stolen from his car parked in Toulouse on the 3rd of February. So mind you, they broke into his car, they stole his wallet, and then they went and bought a lottery ticket with his card. After calling his bank to block his credit card, he discovered that 52.50 euros had been spent via a contact payment at Tabac de Thames, a nearby corner shop. They basically bought cigarettes and the lottery ticket. The 2 men told the cashier they had won 500,000 euros jackpot on the cards, and they were planning on going to FDG to claim their winnings. The cashier, isn't it amazing? Like, I won on stolen money. I just love that. The cashier found the two men's behavior suspicious as they were unable to enter the PIN number on one of the cards they attempted to make the purchase with. After his conversation with the cashier, John David contacted the local police, who in turn reached out to FDJ to alert the games company. The police are now likely to seize the winnings, and should the thieves approach FDJ themselves, they are likely to be arrested. Scratch card winners have 30 days from the date of purchase to claim the winnings, and for Jean David and his unlikely collaborators, the deadline is fast approaching. My client was very happy to share his credit card stolen in these circumstances and not looking to prosecute. This is also a miraculous opportunity for these two men to build a new life for themselves. So basically, these two dudes went in, broke a car, stole a credit card, won a lottery ticket, and now the victim is like, hey, let's share the money so you can start over, because apparently like they were like homeless or really, really, they had no money, and he can get all this shit back and pay off his mortgage. That's what he wants to do. Yeah.
It's just like so many events. It's like that life is the stranger than fiction thing. I don't know. It's just so weird.
You should have them come forward and then take everything back and have them arrested. Like it's a sting operation.
Oh, like sneaky.
So backstab them in the end, pretty much, for them backstabbing him.
Yeah, they're a bunch of thieves anyway.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But at the same time, if they hadn't bought the ticket, he wouldn't have won, right? So it's like, But at the same time, I'm like, you guys broke into his car and stole his shit.
What's more likely to happen is the seizure of it, which would suck for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Because then it's like no one gets the money. It's just gone.
No, I think this will just go like right to the government. Be like, oh, thanks for that. This is mine now. And they'll just take it away. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's such a bizarre story. But like, why would you leave your wallet in your car?
Yeah, great question. Don't leave your shit in the car, guys.
That's just a no-no. That's like, we learned that when we were like 2 years old. It's like, okay, little Timmy, don't put your wallet in the car.
Yeah, so anyway, shout out. That only could happen in France, Like, only in France do these shit happen. But anyway.
Freaking French people.
Yeah,
I just thought it was
over
great.
here, they would be shot.
Probably. Anyway, that's why part of the title today is Winning with Thugs, because that's how they won.
They thought they had a winning ticket and they got shut down. I wish they need to release the footage if that's recorded, because I'd like to see their faces. Thinking that they won $500,000 only to be shot down.
Orthodox Monk says, speaking of lawnmowers, Kay should play the Lawnmower Man Sega CD version. I bet you got a Sega CD, you Sega head.
Yeah, I've got one hiding somewhere. I will write that down. I need to play that.
The Lawnmower Man Sega CD version? So is it like Lawnmower Simulator, but for like the Sega?
I don't know.
Played that one.
Yeah.
I've never done the Lawnmower Simulator, but I've seen Jay just play it, and all he does is like mow his lawn and stuff. And I'm like, that looks,
Lawnmower Man is a movie.
Oh, I thought you were just talking about the Lawnmower Simulator.
No, it's a movie. It's a licensed game.
Oh wow! I thought they were just talking about Lawnmower Simulator. I'm like, how many simulator games are there?
There is the Lawnmower Simulator. That is a drunk 3PO game right there.
It looks like it's satisfying because you just chop off all the grass, and it's like, look how nice that looks now. Yeah. Anyway. Oh well. Whoops. Okay. Now, this one's for Flash, because Flash tweeted out that he really hates scalpers or scalpers, depending on how you want to say it. So, Flash, what happened?
Well, those are Pokemon cards, and I guess there's a big shortage of them right now. Like something with Nintendo. I don't know what's going on, but all the scalpers are grabbing everything. So, like these $60 boxes are going for $150, $160 because of them. But they ruin every hobby. Every hobby these fucking assholes ruin.
Cards are going up so much. I'm guessing it's mostly to do with the scalpers and all that. But like, I see like for every single IP or franchise, the cards are just, the values are just wee. Guess everyone's getting into it.
And I see people defend them. Well, it's because they're making money, and that's fine. But I don't have to like them. I think they're shitty people.
Yeah,
they're treating it like a market too, right? Where it's like, same with crypto, same with all these other things, stocks. They're like treating it like, if I invest this much and I make this pull and I sell this, then I'll make this much. Like it's less about
We're all gonna have to deal with them when Switch 2 comes out. These cocksuckers are gonna use their bots. They're gonna use their little bots and buy up all the shit on the internet. And you're gonna have to wait a couple of weeks or pay a shitload of money because of these assholes. I fucking hate them.
Or it might actually backfire on them. Remember the PlayStation 5 scalpers? They didn't make their money back, did they?
Yeah,
no one
did.
wants a PlayStation 5.
For the first couple of years.
They did.
They got them all, and
Really?
we're charging like $1,000 a unit for them.
Well, Blabs, you're talking about the Pro, I
People
assume,
paid
right?
it. No, the original when it came out, that and the Xbox.
No, like I'm with you, Flash, on the original
They only
one.
sold
Yeah,
them
they were.
online.
The original one, they definitely were able to scalp, but like the Pro, I saw people buying those up, and they had to release those.
There was no
Some like a couple
problem.
months ago, there's no point in scalping them.
No point in scalping it. Some did. They got fucked too. They bought a whole bunch of them thinking they were going to scalp them, and they had to sell them at regular price.
Oh, this is a good point. Same with concerts here, like tickets.
Yeah, tickets, they do that
That's
shit
nuts.
too.
Yeah, nuts
Hate
shit.
those motherfuckers.
Yeah, because Ticketmaster has that thing where you can like resell on there now, right? So they just sit there and they buy all the tickets, and then they just resell directly on the same app. So they get the traffic brought to them.
That's
It's really
shitty.
awful.
Yeah, that's shitty.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So on Mondays, we never do plain talk, but I actually have quite some things to talk about. So guys, it's time for plain talk.
Plain talk.
So I realize that intro isn't probably the nicest one for 2025, but these don't involve anybody crashing or dying. So the first one that we have is a lady going insane on a plane by stretching. So I'm gonna turn it off for the audio because there's like music and stuff. But who does this?
Russell Wilson does. You hear about the times he's been on airplanes and he'll be like doing like exercises across the hall. It's so weird to me. Like who? Yeah, exactly.
Like,
who does this?
I understand stretching because I did that on a plane. I went all the way in the back by like behind like the chairs and all that, like by the bathrooms basically, and I would be stretching because I was on a 12-hour flight and I was like getting cramped up. So I was stretching, but I wasn't doing this shit.
She's doing like the downward dog or something. Like she's like a
like-
yoga queen. Like
My
doing
hands
yoga.
were not on the floor. That is nasty. Gross.
That's Warrior 1.
Yeah. That's wild, bro.
Bruh.
She looks really dirty, I have to say, just because of her clothing. It looks like
Yeah,
she
I wouldn't be
hasn't
putting my
bathed.
hands on that ground.
Yeah. And she's barefoot too. That's nasty.
That's
Keep
just
your
how
shoes
you do
on,
yoga.
girl.
That's gross.
So
You're in a
gross.
public space. Like, respect others around you. Anyway, that's
She's a
nasty.
hippie.
She most likely is.
Yeah, 100% hippie.
Now, we have another thing today for Plain Talk, and that would be a wild brawl at Atlanta Airport likened to Braveheart. Now, I actually didn't watch this clip because I wanted to be
Oh, I've
surprised.
seen
but apparently,
Yes.
where is this clip?
It's
Is this
Spirit
just like
Airline, too.
All right, I guess this is it. Let's see.
Incident captured and now viral.
Fucking Spirit
that?
Airlines. All I ever see
in
is
front
shit
of
like
what
this when it
appears-
comes to Spirit.
Look at that. Hang on, let me make this bigger. That's wild.
I mean, this is it is.
They're like just
unbelievable to
fighting
see
their
at
heads off. I want to see
Hartsfield.
like the video. Here it is.
At what some passerbys recorded here at Hartsfield
Oh my
Jackson International
God.
Airport on Wednesday. You can see fists flying as passengers look to be waiting at their gate to board their flight. You can see the Spirit Airlines.
I
wall-
never
Barely
fly
looks like a
Spirit Airlines.
fight. It kind of looks like a mosh pit. Some
I don't
angles.
care. I don't care how cheap it is.
There's people
I
yelling in the
never
video.
fly on
It
this
is just
fucking
really
But she's just
shitty
jumping
road.
on for the sake of jumping.
It's certainly not something you expect to see here at Hartsfield Jackson. Passengers we spoke with flying
What the
out
hell?
today on Spirit say they hadn't heard anything
Wow.
about the flight, but
So anyway,
I liked the Popeyes chicken cameo.
shout out Atlanta, Georgia. And then lastly, for Plain Talk today. Okay, let me zoom in for you guys. A pilot with allergy to spiders is bitten mid-flight by stowaway tarantula.
No, don't give me this fear on top of everything else, please.
So, a pilot with a severe allergy to spiders was bitten mid-flight by stowaway tarantula, forcing hours-long delays as the plane was fumigated after landing safely. The pilot was operating an Iberia Airbus A320 flying from Germany to the Spanish capital Madrid on Friday when he suffered a severe allergic reaction from the terrifying arachnid. The pilot was immediately treated with Uberson, a cortisone with anti-inflammatory immunosuppressive properties, which is what the flight's first aid kit, the outlet said. Isn't that insane? This giant-ass bug, which, crawled up into, the cockpit and just bit someone. Despite the surprise attack, the flight safely landed in the Spanish capital, and the passengers got off safely. The plane was held while specialist teams at the Madrid airport fumigated the aircraft to either flush out or kill the eight-legged menace. Because again, you gotta think of biohazard and biosecurity, right? If it's flying to another country, that it shouldn't be there, Investigators believe the tarantula entered the plane via luggage on an earlier flight between Madrid and Casablanca. Imagine if it was somebody's pet and they were trying to smuggle it in and then they lost it. I'm just saying. Though it's not clear if the pilot required more medical attention, Iberia Airlines confirmed to the outlet that the pilot is doing fine and has not suffered any lasting health effects. The treatment delayed the plane's next scheduled flight from Madrid to Vigo, with the roughly 3-hour holdup attributed to maintenance issues before passengers caught wind of the real reason for the delay before boarding. So can you imagine the passengers? They're probably like, oh my God, what's wrong? Why are we making a landing? Oh my God, we're going to die. Because, it's 2025 and everything is just terrible. So yeah, that is it. What do you think?
He's going to turn into Spider-Man or something? Is this going to be a crazy follow-up story?
I don't know. Look at that thing. That's probably just
That's
a generic photo,
man.
but ugh.
That's so terrifying.
No, thank you. No, thank you indeed. Anyway, that would be the end of Plane Talk. Let's play this one.
Plane Talk.
Yeah. Anyway, Flash, did you enjoy Plane Talk?
That's great. Amazing.
The sarcasm is dripping. Okay. Titter Pig Ranch says, Poor Kay. Inform Flash about last week. Right, Flash. So, last week, Kay was all in distress about Tony Hawk Remastered or whatever it was. Was it Tony Hawk 1 and 2, the remaster?
Yes, there was an Easter egg in COD, and it looked like we were going to get an announcement for Tony Hawk 3 and 4, which I found out hours after the show that there's a website now with a countdown.
Mm-hmm.
So I was properly losing my shit over it, but everyone else is like, yeah, all right. And it's like, this is so cool!
You were visibly upset, and I was like, "Oh, poor Kay." And then someone in the Rumble chat was like, "Oh, Blabs speaks Spanish, poor Kay." So
Barrett said that, I think, in Rumble.
So now I'm just honestly constantly just laughing. I was laughing about it all weekend, honestly. Poor Kay.
Blabs speaking Spanish.
The first two are the only ones I care about.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah, I like the first two a lot. After that, it just was the same game over and over, except it had online now.
I like 1 and 2 the most, but it's just cool to think that we're seeing a comeback. And I know Tony Hawk really wanted it to come back, and then they scrapped the project and they let go of Vicarious, or they dispersed them. So it's this would be cool if it comes back, because they wanted to do this anyway. So when I saw that pop up, I'm like, oh my God, there's an Easter egg. It just felt like, old school internet gaming, where it's whoa, you see this thing and you get to run with theories on it. So I'm excited, even if it's not going to be amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Let me hit up more supers. Sturgeon says, for Montez. Thank you very much. New York Giants fan says, dad joke of the day. You guys hear about the butcher who fell back first into his grinder? He was behind in his work. Ugh. Listen, it's a good joke, but dark. Bush and Ryan says, do a poll, Blabs. A pool. Would you be okay being barefoot? I don't get it.
He wants to know if people are okay being barefoot on an airplane.
Oh, I don't have YouTube open right now, and I'm currently kind of hosting, so I can't do it right now. But if you're okay with being, I think he meant poll. Anyway, if you are okay with being on an airplane barefoot, type 1 in the chat. We'll do that. Wild Dog says, I hate scalpers, pedophiles, hypocrites, and New Yorkers. Well, thank you for that one. Liffy says, thought that was the dirty mercante doing yoga. Ew. Modest Rat says, "Ayo, bada bing. What's the haps, Blabs? Good day, Kane. What up, Flash? Anybody hear about the $5,000 Doge dividend they're floating around? Also, where is Mia Miko Craig? Okay, so I have heard about the $5,000 thing with Doge. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. We'll see. As for where Craig is, he's in Florida and dead. That's it. He'll be back on Wednesday though. And what you do, Blabs? What do I do?"
That was the last part of this Rumble rant. That wasn't me randomly saying that.
I was like, what?
How do you do, Blabs? Like, it's in chat randomly.
I love how that little bit just got cut off. What do you do? Master Gawa says, "The Lawnmower Man is an inspiring tale for gamers. If virtual reality can make a retarded gardener a genius villain, imagine what VR can do for you." Thank you, Master Gawa. Harriet Tubman, oh, what's up, Tubby? "I vote for 4 locals Blabs watching the Lower Man movie stream. That shit crazy. Your boy Pierce Brosnan plays a major role in it. Gang, gang, Tubbs out. I will not be watching any horror movies. I'm sorry. Sorry to tell you that."
She won't even watch like Conan.
No, I refuse to do it just because of the harassment about it. And Arnold Schwarzenegger. I hate Arnold Schwarzenegger. He's so overrated.
I love when Arnold Schwarzenegger just like smokes a stogie and works out and all this. He's awesome. I can't believe this, that you don't like Arnold, but I won't push you on it. It sounds like you've been pushed a lot. I won't do it.
Thanks,
because
Kay.
everyone kept pushing her to watch his movies, so now
I'm just like,
turned
no.
off to them.
Exactly. Matthew says, "We need a remastered of Underground 1 and 2. Team Hawk or Team Bam?"
Team Bam all the way, baby. But they did have in the remaster for Tony Hawk 1 and 2, I think I want to say the poster was in there. And I think they took Bam out of it. Like, don't quote me on that, but I have a feeling they might not put Bam in it. So that's why I'm kind of worried about remastering Underground. Because that was the whole energy of that thing. So I think Bam's doing better now. I've seen clips of him, talking normally and everything. So good for him.
Kevin says, "I agree, Flash. Fuck the scalpers. I'm worried about the Switch 2, especially if they do that second screen for the DS, 3DS Virtual Console. Also, the rip and shippers are ruining the card market." Thank you. The Neckmaster says, "Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 is my favorite, even with the Game Pass. I'm buying THPS 3 plus 4 remastered on day 1. Got over 200 hours on THPS plus 1 and 2. Thank you very much, Neckmaster." All right, guys, we are going to move on. And this time, actually, Flash, we'd love your opinion here because there's some Marvel news today, or over the weekend also. Marvel Studios has paused development on 3 TV shows: Nova, Strange Academy, and Terror. Do you have any thoughts about these whatsoever?
Well, yeah, because I wonder which Nova they were going to do. Probably not Richard Rider. Strange Academy's fucking stupid. Why is it called Strange Academy when they gave the Supreme Sorcerer title to Wong? And then the Terror one I don't know a lot about. I don't know a lot about.
Strange
That's
Academy
like
was Doctor Strange?
It was like a magic school. So it'd have been like teen drama bullshit.
Okay. That actually would have sounded a lot better than freaking She-Hulk, to be honest.
What's really funny is they would have called it Strange Academy, and I guarantee you Cumberbatch wouldn't have been in it at all.
No, probably
not.
not.
That fucking Wong guy.
But there's also more Marvel news that Spider-Man 4 has been released, has been pushed back 1 week for 2026 with Tom Holland, so that is still happening. But in other news with Spider-Man is that Marvel exec Brad confirmed Spider-Man can't appear in Disney Plus live-action shows. They, aka Sony, have a long-form television rights. He can do like 30-minute animation.
Yeah, that's interesting. So I wonder what else they still have the rights to. I thought they lost all the television rights.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious because they have like that Disney show out now with them.
Yeah, that's a 30-minute animated show.
Yeah, so
actually
fits.
it's less than 30. I think it's like 24 minutes.
Didn't they like race swap everybody in there?
Yeah, just about everybody. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, and speaking of Spider-Man news, Kay. Spider-Man 3.
That's right. Let's go. Well, I mean, I'm not a huge on the Insomniac Spider-Mans because they have let me down quite a bit, but I was excited once upon a time. And
the first one was good.
Yeah, I thought the first one was decent. The signs were definitely on the wall for it that there was going to be, some pause stuff. I mean, the flags and everything in it. There were signs. But 2, I haven't played because, oh my god, everything I hear about it is just terrible. I can't. But for Spider-Man 3, I don't think up until this point, maybe Flash or Blabs, you heard something, but I hadn't, that there is going to be a third one, it sounds like. Yuri, the guy that voices Spider-Man, Peter Parker, to be clear, he was at like some kind of convention, and pretty much he got asked a question of like, how involved is Peter going to be in the new Spider-Man? Because he, pretty much at the end of 2, sorry if this is spoiling anything, but it was kind of on the wall for the entire game. They're trying to phase Peter out and put him into this like retirement, essentially.
The old folks home.
Yeah, and it's very much about like mentoring Miles Morales and all this shit and trying to get him to take over. So a lot of people were concerned and trying to figure out like, is Peter Parker even going to be in the next one?
Yeah, they made Miles Black Jesus.
Yeah, it's just stupid. Like, Miles Morales will never be Spider-Man. Never. No matter what they try to do, he won't be. But they still try. But yeah, it sounds like Yuri just made a comment pretty much saying, well, he won't be relegated on the couch, which means that he is still going to play an important role, is what they're alluding to. So that's really all the details we have right now. But it was still interesting to hear, like, hey, we're actually going to be seeing a Spider-Man 3, and we're actually going to have Peter Parker still be there, because it really felt like they were trying to
Still
just put Miles
there.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
does that
I
mean?
mean,
I hope
taking
they
it with a
do
grain
it.
of salt, right?
I hope they make Miles the main character and that Peter's barely in it, so they can see just how low sales can go.
Yeah, but the name just might pull people in anyway.
That Miles Morales game sold like half or something like that.
Well, that's why they have to do this. That's why they have to have Peter still there, because the Miles Morales game, they literally say in that article, like, there's 3 Spider-Man games. I'm like, no, there isn't. There's 2. And then it's like, oh yeah, Miles Morales came out separately. It felt like a DLC, and I didn't touch it.
I remember how ass hurt people got if you called it a DLC.
It pretty much
They
is.
got
It's a
so
side story
ass
on
hurt
a
about it.
disc
Yeah.
that was cheaper. Like, to me, it's a side story. But yeah, they have to have Peter in it. Spider-Man, again, he's my only Spider-Man. But like, if you just make it Miles, it's not going to sell anymore. They're just going to kill the brand completely.
Do you think it'll be just like a Peter Parker like side quest, like optional, completely irrelevant to the main story, and it'll just be like all its own?
I don't. The way he phrased it is so weird. Like, he's not going to be relegated to the couch. So it's like, is he going to be there still mentoring? Like, because when you say relegated to the couch, to me, it sounds like he's not necessarily the main character still, but he's not going to be like, he's not going to be the person that you just like see once as a cameo either. So I don't. It's hard to
Probably gonna
figure
die
out what
in
he
it.
means, but yeah. So I don't know. But they have to keep him involved, or else people are not going to buy the game. Simple as.
That's true. So, like, this is honestly the first bit of Spider-Man 3 news that we've had ever, right?
That's what I consider it, unless people have heard otherwise. But I was like, wait, Spider-Man 3? I think we all assumed it was coming eventually, but this was the first time we heard someone working on it say something.
It'll probably be out in, like, 4 years?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Well, they have the Wolverine game coming out too, right? Which
Wolverine, Wonder
I'm passing on
Woman.
that.
Isn't it that Captain America movie that also has, not movie, Captain America video game that also has like Black Panther in it too?
I think though that they got and I'm not sure, but the woman who made the Uncharted or wrote the Uncharted games, I think
Amy
she
Hennig?
was writing that. Yeah. If that's true, then that might be worth looking at, actually.
Which game?
That Captain America Black
Panther one?
game.
Because that one actually looked cool. Like, I saw like a cinematic trailer of it, and
Yeah.
obviously it was cinematic, so it wasn't really gameplay footage or anything, but it looked interesting anyway.
The Wolverine game, though, that's a hard pass. It's going to be
Wasn't it
like
leaked
mostly
already anyway?
Yeah, there's a lot of leaks, but Mary Jane, of course, looks like a trans woman.
Nice.
It's supposedly Wolverine dies at the end, and they're setting up fucking X-23 to take over the mantle or some shit.
why?
That's a hard pass. Hard
Do
pass.
this, man. Like, why can't they just make things that we want? Why is it so difficult? It's crazy.
It's a hard pass.
Well,
I'll go play fucking Super Nintendo Spider-Man instead.
Dude, I'll
That
play
would be
Maximum
fun.
Carnage. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to play this shit.
So, any final thoughts on Spidey 3?
It's gonna be shit.
There you go.
I don't
And I'm not
expect
buying
to
it.
be good.
Okay, well, from Spider-Man 3, we go to Japan because cake streamers are attacked by Japanese locals brandishing glass bottles. So, cake streamers Lord Hito and Gaijin TV found themselves on the receiving end of the violent attack after Japanese locals struck them with glass bottles.
Because they were sexually harassing women in the bar. That gets left out, I think, here.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Quite a few streamers are traveling in Japan as of February 2025, including the likes of Twitch star Ms. Kiv and Kick personality Ice Poseidon. However, while Ms. Kiv travels in the country have been met with praise, select broadcasters from Kick have gotten a decidedly negative reception in comparison. For instance, Ice Poseidon drew the ire of Japanese locals after fighting with his friend on public transport and urging a Japanese woman to insult the Yakuza in English. Eventually, he was confronted by police officers while broadcasting himself eating an orange. What the hell? In response, the Japanese locals have started taking action against these streamers, even posting a wanted list with their names and faces, and now things are getting physical, which honestly, I can't blame the Japanese. You're coming here as a tourist, you're messing with their lives, you're messing with their culture. What do you think they're going to do, bend over and
I like that they're fighting back.
Yeah, I love
Look,
the
all these people. They make us look terrible in these countries when they go over there acting like asses. So
Well,
I like it. Beat the shit out of them.
It's why, like, when I was in Japan, there was this bartender, and he's like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "American." He's like, "Oh."
Oh, you're
like,
one of those. He's probably
Yep.
surprised you didn't have your phone in your face and filming everything.
Yeah, probably. I was too busy drinking. Kick streamers attacked after blah, blah, blah. So on February 15th, Kick streamers Lord Hito and Gangan TV were eating at a restaurant in Sapporo, Japan, when they walked into a bar nearby. The duo spoke with a woman they'd met beforehand and two other men in what appeared to be a friendly and playful conversation at first. At one point, two other men approached the streamers, with one grabbing at Gagan's TV phone twice. An argument broke out shortly thereafter, and an employee ushered them out the door. Angry at the situation that had unfolded, Gagan TV vented his frustration as he and Hito walked away, while Hito himself was left confused. But, like, it doesn't say anything about the assault, Flash. Did you hear that from somewhere else?
Yeah, it got left out. They were fucking with some girl at the bar, and they went up and beat the shit out of them with those bottles. I don't
You know,
care.
I'm fine with that. I have to talk to one of the
Tired
girls.
of these people. I can't stand them.
I'm fine with that. If you're gonna assault the women in Japan, get fucked. Yeah. There's also another Japanese story. Now, this one Kay found, and I thought this was hilarious. A ramen shop owner places bounty on heads of negative reviewers.
Again, with the imagery for me, it's like, imagine you go and you sit down, you're like, oh, this ramen, it doesn't taste that great. It needs more salt or something. And this guy just comes out with a samurai sword and he's like, I am going to take you down. I don't know. There's just something that's amazing about it to me. It's so good.
Natans were baffled after hearing how an owner of a ramen shop in Japan placed a bounty on the heads of two people who left a negative review for their restaurant. Despite Toyohiro, a Jiro-style ramen restaurant in Kyoto, Japan, being one of the top-rated ramen joints in the area, a group of customers left negative reviews about their food and experience. After the one-star rating was left for future customers to see, the restaurant's owner took to social media to place a bounty on the heads of those who publicly criticized his food. I saw your post, and you seem a bit weird, Instagram said. We try not to treat people like you as customers, so it's fine. But you should probably avoid eating out. Someday, someone like you will get screwed. I don't care. Just come directly, and I'll deal with you. His threat continued. We run a planned business, so if you get in our way, we'll get in the way of yours, too.
Whoa, bro.
Yeah, was he, like, part of the mafia, and he just, like, shot over, like, some mafia's restaurant? Although the owner said there was room for forgiveness, his warning described what would happen to the group if they didn't come forward and make things right. The only thing he can do is come back, eat again, write a good review with a photo. I told him I won't forgive him otherwise. Not even for the safety of his family, the owner said. If he does that, he'll be killed right away. This kid is so scared, he'll really do it, so he'd better come back and eat. Y'all, I think this guy's part of the mafia. I don't know.
It got even crazier.
You don't like my ramen? I get you fucked up.
I kill you.
I kill you.
I really
Wow.
kind of love it. I know it's so bad, but I really kind of love it.
There's more! The owner asked social media users to give him any information they had on the two men who left a negative review, offering them 100,000 yen if they had useful knowledge about their whereabouts. Oh my god! He's trying to get accomplices! I love this. It's amazing. And that's basically it. The end. So that's nuts. Don't ever write negative reviews, I guess, at a Japanese ramen shop.
Well, chat thinks it's Yakuza, and now I'm sad because I want to play Pirate Yakuza.
I do too. I want to get that game as well. It looks like fun.
It's so good, man. You got to play it. I already have like 8 hours in it. And I played the demo for days. Like,
Do I need to know anything about the Yakuza games to play it?
I wouldn't say so. The thing I like about it is, no, I'm not spoiling anything because this is like literally the first scene, but Majima pretty much has like amnesia in the game. So you see flashbacks of his life and it kind of pieces the story together for you. So I actually think it's a really good entry point for people besides Yakuza 0, obviously, but I think it's good. You don't need to know everything.
I just want to shoot pirate ships and
exactly.
treasure.
And the pirate combat is actually like pretty legit in this game too. Like it's hard to get that down. This is my favorite pirate game of all time at this point. Like it's so good. Definitely give it a chance.
Okay. I actually kind of want to try it, to be honest. It's not exclusive to just PlayStation 5, right?
No.
No, it's on
You can get it on
everything.
consoles.
Okay.
Yeah, I played the demo on Xbox X and
on
on
Steam.
PS5, and yeah, you can get it on Steam.
Mm,
Steam
I
looks
know.
the best, obviously, PC Master Race, but if you're going console, PS5 looks better than Xbox, in my opinion.
All right. Titterpig says, as someone who's been to Japan, I'm with Flash. The Japanese are lovely, but they need to beat the shit out of any streamer who tries to be clickbait. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, take them out.
I remember specifically, I was on this train, and like we were all being really, really quiet and respectful. And we also had our friend Sho, who's from Japan, with us too. So he was also very helpful in teaching us like the way of the Japanese folk. But there was these other dudes. I don't know where they were from. I have no idea. But they were so loud, so rude on the train, causing like a ruckus, and everyone was giving them dirty looks. It's like, don't be those guys. Don't do it.
It's like going to someone else's house. Like you're a guest there. Like you should respect their culture or get the fuck out.
Yep. Sparky says, the likes of Johnny Somali single-handedly red-pilling Japan and Korea was a blessing in disguise. The gates of East Asia are being fortified. Yeah, you got that right. Rebound says, Kane and deport nuisance streamers. Agreed. Saint D says, many Japanese restaurants have signs at the door not accepting foreigners, mostly Americans. Only K can go.
It's gotten a little bit worse since all of this stuff has gone down, at least according to Legal Mindset. I watch all his coverage on this stuff, and I guess more and more places in Japan are putting up no foreigners allowed.
Yep, it's
because
actually
of
happening.
all this bullshit.
So
like they're ruining it for everybody.
Yeah, they're actually going to be closing like certain shrines in certain areas that were open for tourism because they're being disrespectful. So like in Japan, you're not allowed to take pictures of the gods, like the statues and things of them, but people were doing it anyway. So obviously the Japanese are really pissed off about it. So they're starting to like, in a couple of years, the idea is a lot of these areas are going to be closed down. So like basically go now or else you'll never be able to go ever again. Was says, I got scalped on King Diamond concert tickets, paid over $100 for seats all the way in the back. I told the guy that was there about it, and he let me have an empty seat. Nice. And
Sucks
then
you got scalped, but yeah, good that you got a turnaround there.
3 rows from the stage, a flying well.
Wow.
All right, thank you very much. Spoon Ninja sent $1 tip, saying, did someone say my name? No. Saint says, watch 2 twins or kindergarten cop Blabs, comedy with a little violence. Maybe. All right. I see your supers, guys. I'll get to them in a bit.
Kindergarten Cop is really funny.
I do hear good things about that one. Maybe I'll watch that one. So we're going to keep going with Japan. And we didn't cover this last week, so it's a little bit of old news, but I still figured we'd discuss it anyway. And Kay's going to lead with this one because Nintendo Gold points are being discontinued.
It's tragic,
for Switch
folks. Yeah, exactly. So the important thing to note here is this starts March 24th. So if you're somebody like me who does like to collect the gold points, essentially that's, you get some cash back on all of your Switch purchases. This is going to be done at that time. Now, the big thing too is the digital purchases are going to shut off completely at that time. And then for physical, you're going to see any games that came out before that still have those coins redeemable for a bit. But after that, any games released after that date will not have that anymore. Now, we've seen this program come and go plenty of times with other Nintendo consoles, so it doesn't like completely surprise me, but it's just good to be aware of it. It just means that they're prepping for the next console, which it sucks, but it's also a good sign. It means we're going to get the Switch 2 soon, baby.
Are you pre-ordering the Switch 2?
I am.
Probably,
As soon as I
yeah.
can.
I would like to, but I just don't know
want
what
one.
it's going to be like.
100% I want one. It's time for a new one.
As close to day one as possible for me. But I'm
If
kind
you
of
can
like,
get
I'm,
one, fucking scalpers.
I'm like low-key kind of worried about the controllers. Like, I'm sure it'll be fine, but like just the way that it clicks in and everything, I almost want to wait to see if there's a V2 that like works properly in case it goes wrong. But I might take the risk. It's Nintendo. Listen.
Are you
I'm
a
simp for
Nintendo fanboy?
I'm a
I am.
Nintendo simp. I know.
100%. I love Nintendo.
I really love their merch.
Yeah.
Man, their merch is so nice. Okay.
I very rarely get let down by Nintendo. They
That's
have
fair.
just years of and decades of consistency. They had a little bit of a drop with Wii U, even though Wii U.
I
still,
like the Wii U.
I'd say I would argue to death that system has a lot of bangers on it. But for the most part, like they've always been consistent in putting out good games.
Well, the Wii U was so good that they put all of the Wii U games on the Switch. So for me, I'm a big Wii U simp. I'm like, this was a great system. It was just unfortunately the naming convention that really screwed them over in that one. So I guess that's why they're so aggressive on like, it's Switch 2. It's the second one. Please buy it.
Yeah.
Instead of Super Switch or whatever other people are floating, which are way better names.
I still have my Wii U, and anytime I power it up, it's like, I'm like, you can do it, buddy. Yeah, he's kind of on his way out, but it's alright.
Do you have a V1 Switch? Like, did you get it when it first came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed that with mine too. We bought the Animal Crossing one as well, which came out way later. And the first one that I have, like the battery is starting to like expand a bit. Things run slower. So I actually notice a performance difference, even though they're not supposed to really have it. I see it.
Yeah.
The Wii is actually probably my least favorite Nintendo console.
I would
'Cause
say
I hate that fucking
the
controller.
motion sensor.
Yeah, I hate motion.
It's bad
I hate
now.
motion controls.
It's
and I
really
hated like even playing the Mario games, like having the controllers separate and connected by that wire just felt unnatural.
Oh, the nunchuck and the controller.
Yeah.
I actually liked
Never a
it.
fan of it.
I liked it when I was a kid, right? So I played as a kid. So being a kid, it was fine. But like when you're an adult, I feel like you outgrew that. And playing it now, oh, it has not aged well at all. Like the sensor is just shit. I'll be like, I'm waving. It's supposed to be doing something. And it's just not.
I'm just so glad that whole motion control fad is pretty much dead.
Yeah.
Dead.
Although I really love the Mii's. That was like the best thing to come out of the Wii. The Mii's. Wii Mii's so funny. I made like a Gaylord Fokker. I made Michael Jackson. Like I had a good old time.
Some people made some really good ones, yeah.
You know, like my Gaylord Fokker was like a trans dude. It was like a woman with like a male face and everything. I feel like I need to boot up my Wii one day and be like, by the way, this is Gaylord Fokker. My sister and I made him when I was like 10. So yeah. Anyway, keeping up with Nintendo news. Kay, you also want to lead this one too with Nintendo and Taiwan?
Yeah, it's not like a huge thing here, but essentially you guys might have heard that there were some issues in Taiwan, China, everything with the eShop. You know, they keep everything very regulated over there. And so what's good is that Nintendo is partnering up and getting a subsidiary there, which means that they will hopefully be able to get an eShop in Taiwan, which is great. And I remember I was on the show, I want to say a few months ago, and we were talking about the story similar, but they had like pulled out and like not had that partnership anymore. So it looks like it's coming back. We're good.
Okay.
That's the big thing here. April 1st.
Ironic for April Fool's Day.
Oh no, what if it's a troll? No.
What if it's a trap? Now, this next thing, it was in a document for like a good week or so, but we just never got to it. But then Flash sent it to me, so I figured we might as well talk about it. 14% of North Americans are still playing gaming systems released before 2000. So chat, let us know if that applies to you or not. And I'm assuming Flash and Kay, this 100% applies to you guys. seeing as Flash just said it here.
Yeah, I was just playing that the other day. 1943 on the NES. You ever played that?
1943.
It's
no,
a
I haven't
shooter
played that.
game.
Ooh.
But it's a good one. Damn good one.
Okay, you have my interest.
I just got like a couple months ago that retro USB AVS, which is like it's not exactly a clone. I don't know how to explain this very well, but it's not really a clone console, like where it emulates. It uses hardware to actually play it like a Nintendo, and all these games look fantastic on you put them on your regular TV. They look great. So I've been playing a lot of old Nintendo games.
I really like this tweet here from Leon. Imagine thinking supporting devs is the important thing to do instead of playing fun games. If they're making fun games, the support would follow, but the fun games need to come first. I like that. I agree with that. It's true. Some of the older games are just more fun. I find like a lot of new games are just so soulless lately. So
yeah, I agree. And that's why a lot of people are just playing older games now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could see it on Steam when they were going over their stats for the year. A lot of people were playing games from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
A lot of people are just dropping out. And it's going to get worse and worse of people dropping out of these newer games. And it's going to be, we got a couple of years to this shit before we like even get over the corner on this slop that they've been putting out.
I think it kind of depends what kind of gamer you are. So there's obviously a lot of these games now, like Apex and whatever, that people like sink their time into, Fortnite, whatever. And that's like what, the 2017-ish era, I'm roughly speaking, because it's just not my cup of tea. But a lot of those games, they stick around for a long time. So people are playing older games in that regard too. And that's the newer market. And then there's a lot of us who are more into the classic style gaming. And it's just really hard to beat the retro gaming because it was more about the passion and about actually creating like a good product that was fun and creative. And now it's become such an industry similar to Hollywood, where now they're trying to hit all these big like movie style budgets and trying to do all these things. So I think in AAA, it's obviously, it's rough and it's hard to find good stuff in it. Of course, I'm a little white pilled with Sega right now because of some of the stuff they've pumped out recently. But otherwise, it is definitely rough out there. But I think if you're somebody who's into indie gaming, you don't really feel like the industry is quite as bad as it looks, because you can find a lot of excellent games coming out today. It's the mainstream industry where everything is being pushed and everything is garbage and woke and all this shit. But if you dig, you can find good stuff. That, like, I have a backlog even from 2024, which is just crazy to think about. So yeah, it just all really depends. But of course, I'm a big retro gamer. I default to that. I mean, I like to collect physical and stuff like that too. So I'm with you guys. I'm one of the 14%, and I'm actually shocked that number is as big as it is. I always felt like I was not in the minority, but you just don't realize it's actually that large. 14% is big.
If you even think about it too, like a lot of the big games that are out now, like Call of Duty, it's a remake of a remake of a remake. Well, not really a remake, but like continuation / remake. And it's like, well, people always like the older ones better anyway, but unfortunately you can't always play all the older ones. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people just aren't really happy with today.
Well, they have to play it safe now too, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the problem, is because of these budgets that are so inflated, they have to just like play it safe or else they're worried it's going to fail. And then you have this other side of it too, where they want to censor speech. So like in all, it's just, there's so many things that layer onto the Call of Duty experience sucking. And like a lot of us crave the old 360 Call of Duty era, right? It's just,
well, yeah, they would never make a storyline like they did before with like World War III and everything.
Because they don't want to trigger a random like group of people or something.
Exactly.
It's like
PR.
Can we just have a little fun and laugh at ourselves? Like, that's really the core of this, is that so many people are so fucking insecure. They can't just have a good laugh over, like, their race being portrayed in a certain way that's stereotypical. That's where it comes from. They can't deal with the insults, none of it. And it's like, that's what life is about. It's just, observing and laughing, the point and laugh method. So when they get over themselves and they understand that's all people want to do, they just want the escapism and the fun, they'll be able to make good games again in AAA, but it's very far off. So let's hope culturally that things start to repair in the next 4 years. That's what I'm hoping for.
Yep. But speaking of slop, let's talk Assassin's Creed for a couple minutes. Because according to IGN, There we go. People are streaming Assassin's Creed Shadows a month ahead of its official release date.
Where are these people?
So this is, well, we'll get to that. So Assassin's Creed Shadows has leaked online with people streaming the game. As spotted by the game...
The whole game leaked?
Kind of. And now it's all being deleted. So I'm going to read this article in its full because I don't want to miss the fact here. As spotted by the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit, now removed social posts revealed images and gameplay from someone who claimed to have bought the game from an online marketplace. Assassin's Creed Shadows has also appeared in now deleted listings on a U.S. auction site, with one user selling multiple copies of the game sold for $100 each, according to the gamer. Now, I'm not going to click on any images or gameplay or anything because I don't want to get us nuked. Just letting you know right now. Now, multiple Twitch streamers showing Assassin's Creed Shadows have appeared, although they are being removed, according to VGC. Assassin's Creed Shadows launches officially on March 20th, 2025. IGN has asked Ubisoft for a comment, but it's an unfortunate situation for Ubisoft, which has faced a series of difficulties. Literally, they did it to themselves.
All
of it's been done by themselves. The struggling publisher said in its latest financial report that pre-orders for the games are tracking solidly.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I kind of don't believe him. In line with those of Assassin's Creed Odyssey, the second most successful entry of the franchise. And then Gilmont says, early previews have been positive, praising its narrative and immersive experience. With both characters playing critical roles, which I thought this was untrue. I thought you didn't matter who you played. It didn't really matter whatsoever. You could play as the girl the entire time or whatever. As well as the quality and complementary of the gameplay provided by the dual protagonist approach. I want to commend the incredible talent and dedication of the entire Assassin's Creed team, who is working tirelessly to ensure the Shadows delivers on the promise of what is the franchise's most ambitious entry yet. I don't think it's most ambitious, to be honest. At all.
I like that he can be gay.
Yeah, progressivism. Assassin's Creed Shadows was originally planned for November before Ubisoft bumped it back to February 14th. Another delay saw it pushed again to the current release date of March 20th. A lot of rests on the shoulders of Assassin's Creed Shadows is not only the long-awaited Japan set entry and the first full Assassin's Creed since 2020, but a struggling Ubisoft needs it to perform well following recent flops and investor frustration. And then that just goes on and on and on. But basically, yes, apparently some of the footage was leaked online. Somehow the game managed to get online and was sold for $100 before it was taken down. Interesting.
It's very interesting. I think the main thing I took away from it is that we're probably not going to see another delay at this point if people are already able to get their hands on the game. So, I mean, there's that. I don't know if I care, honestly. I'm not even remotely interested in this game at all. But for anyone who is looking forward to this game for whatever reason, hey, power to you. I always say play whatever you want. But it sounds like it's going to come out at the deadline they're giving now.
Listen,
looking forward to making content on it.
Now, I'm looking forward to playing Yasuke Simulator. That's where I'm at, guys. I don't know about you.
Go.
That's releasing the same day. I'm so there for it. Even Chad says so. Yasuke Simulator game slaps. What the hell is that Avatar? Oh my god!
Is that the one where he's like driving a lowrider and shit?
Yeah, he's like blowing shit up and everything. And he's got guns. I love it.
Is that out? I want to buy it.
No, it comes out the same day as Assassin's Creed. The same day.
Wouldn't it be funny? It'd be really funny if more people are playing that on Steam.
I can't wait to see Steam charts and watch the two of them and compare like on day one launch. That's gonna be really fun. That's what I'm excited for. Numbers. Late Nader says, speaking of me's, search Majima in Metopia. No, I'm afraid not. Thank you though. Luffy says, went to Japan last month as well and wanted to shove a lot of foreigners being noisy on the subway. Japanese culture needs to be protected. Agreed. I think all culture needs to kind of be protected unless, it's like beheading people for thinking differently. Then that's, that's fine. I don't need that one around here anymore. But, yeah, leave the Japanese alone. Now, we're going to pivot a little bit to Gears of War. Now, I know Kay didn't finish Gears of War. Which one was it you didn't finish?
The first one, apparently. I'm, on the, last boss, and I just was like, I want to play something else, and I left. And James was like, you literally are, at the end of the game. I was like, whoops.
The final boss,
First one is great.
It's a great game. Like, it wasn't me dropping it to be like, oh, this game is shit. I'm like, I actually really love cover shooters. Like, this feels great. Great story, everything. But I wasn't in the mood to play it anymore, and I just kind of forgot about it and played something else. James, like, you're like less than an hour away from beating the first game, but now I don't remember anything, so I have to restart anyways. It's a mess.
At least you played it. I have not played it, but I've watched the gameplay of like the first 3 I want to say, and that's it. So I know like the general story and everything, and I know like Marcus and Dom and all that. But I do have some sad news for some of you Gears of War fan, because Peter Jason, the voice of Dizzy, has passed away. So I just want to do a little shout out to Dizzy for all you Gears of War fans out there. But there is some Gears of War news. Well, potentially. Dave Bautista needs your help to get Gears of War movie made. Huh?
Is he going to put muscle on for it, not look like an old lesbian grandma?
He's going to have to. He does not look the
he
part
looks
anymore.
awful now.
Yeah.
So there's this video of him where he talks about it. So I'm going to share this. Here we go.
Hey, start an online thing about freaking Gears of War. Like,
Let's
come on,
do it.
Netflix, or come on already.
I mean, everybody's been fan casting you that for years. They're dropping the ball on it all the time.
Dude, it's not like I'm not badgering them.
Okay, let's get it going. Gears of War, live action.
Come on, Netflix, get it together.
Let's do it.
All
Can
right,
I yell about his shirt? I hate his shirt.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Woke up sexy.
He just always has stupid shirts. Like, I just oh my god, he annoys me.
Let's see the image of him. There it is. Yeah.
Wake up sexy again. Like, you're so fucking gay, bro.
Why would a grown-ass man have that shirt on? I don't know. That's weird.
He's a strange one.
He is. But would you ever want a Gears of War movie or a live-action show or something, or an anime?
No. The only thing I want at this point is for them to just make a Gears of War collection like Halo. And I want them to put it on Steam so I can play it on my PC and not be connected to Xbox. That'd be great too.
Well, wasn't there the rumors that like Gears of War is going to PlayStation and stuff like that? So
Yeah, that was a rumor. I don't know.
I haven't heard anything about it
about
since. Yeah, so maybe it's not real. But anyway.
But I would love a collection that has all the multiplayer from the first 3 at least, and be able to just run through that again. That would be fantastic. And it needs to release not a broken piece of shit like the Master Chief Collection did when that came out. If anybody in the chat remembers how awful it took them, like 5 years to get that game running.
Your Master Chief Collection?
Yeah, it was a disaster when it came out.
Oh, I didn't remember that. Oh. All right. So our final topic of today is actually going to go to LinkedIn. And I thought that there was an interesting conversation to be had here because this man, Ethan Evans, a retired Amazon VP, wrote like a little newsletter or like a paragraph, if you will. And I thought it was kind of interesting. So shout out Jose Ramirez for sending this to us. Shout out. Okay, here it is. It says, as VP of Prime Gaming at Amazon, we failed multiple times to disrupt the game platform Steam. We were at least 250 times bigger, and we tried everything, but ultimately Goliath lost. Here's why. So I thought that was a bit of an interesting read to go with. The 15-plus-year-long attempt to challenge Steam started before I was VP of Prime Gaming, but we were never cracked the code, not under my leadership or anyone else's. The first way we tried to enter the online game store market was through acquisition. We acquired Reflexive Entertainment, a small PC game store, and tried to scale it. It went nowhere. Then after buying Twitch, we created our own PC game store. Our assumption was that the gamers would naturally buy from us because they are already using Twitch. Wrong. Finally, we built Luna, a game streaming service that let people play without a high-end PC. Around the same time, Google tried the same thing with their product, Stadia. Neither gained significant traction. The whole time, Steam dominated despite being a relatively small company compared to Amazon and Google. The mistake was that we underestimated what made consumers use Steam. It was a store, a social network, a library, and a trophy case all in one, and it worked well. At Amazon, we assumed the size and visibility would be enough to attract customers, but we underestimated the power of existing user habits. We never validated our core assumptions before investing heavily in solutions. The truth is that gamers already had the solution to their problems, and they weren't going to switch platforms just because a new one was available. We need to build something dramatically better, but we fail to do so. And we need to validate our assumptions about our customers before starting to build. But we never really did that either. Just because you are big enough to build something doesn't mean people will use it. Reflecting on these mistakes, I realized how crucial it is to deeply understand customers before making big moves. That's why James Berkler, a guest newsletter, caught my attention. His piece is a practical guide on obtaining real customer insights and using them to challenge entrenched assumptions that can hurt product success. Now, I do have, or I had his, whoever James was, but I seem to have lost the link. Anyway, James breaks his advice down into 3 key steps, illustrated with stories from his time at VP of Engineering at IMVU. By the way, this James guy, he had he, him in his pronouns, ironically. Talk to real customers before writing code. Test assumptions, not just features. Build measurements into your process. After explaining how he learned these lessons the hard way, getting screamed at by customers and board members, James shares action items you can implement within a week to improve how you understand your customers. I wish Amazon had followed James' playbook before trying to take on Steam, but since we didn't, at least you can. And then he asked readers, what is the worst assumption you've made about your customers? What was the result? So I thought it was a bit of an interesting thing where like this guy from Amazon basically admits defeat and it's like, nah, we failed and we fucked up.
Just like Epic Game Store.
Yeah. I mean, there's the big thing there, though, is going for cloud service and think that's going to compete with Steam. Like, there's so many issues that get introduced when you have these streaming services, things like input lag, frames, everything. So, like, gamers are not going to go for that. And Stadia clearly tried and failed. Like, there's been many services that have tried this. People want to own what they have, which I know with Steam, it's still kind of not really. It is, but it's, it's iffy. People prefer to just have physical. But yeah, that's not a way to compete with this at all. And I know like Steam has tried doing the whole, like, we're going to give people like mini PCs and stuff for their like living rooms and like just trying to find ways to like play games that are not as taxing essentially. And that didn't even pan out. The thing that ended up panning out for them was in fact doing the Steam Deck. That's been the closest thing they've gotten so far. So I think a lot of these companies, they also underestimate just how well Steam is integrated with everything, having your forums to talk to people, having your guides right there, your reviews that are going downhill, but still it feels like you can trust the reviews there versus, of course, going to like a journalist or something, right? So they've got that like loyalty infrastructure on top of everything. They've got this sales built in. They're not relying on Twitch to pull in their traffic. Like there's just so many things that are contributed there that just makes Steam like a perfect package for PC gamers. Of course, I'm a big GOG person as well, but I think Steam kind of has it down pat, and I just don't think that Amazon was thinking of it the right way on how to approach it.
I was stuck for a second. Okay. Flash, any thoughts?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to pry people away from it at this point. It's pretty integrated. People have friends list on Steam, which is what really matters to a lot of people, because that's where they
gaming
connect.
with friends. Yep.
Yeah, he's not wrong about the social aspects of Steam. Other companies have tried this. That Epic Game Store, they try throwing money at AAA games to have them be exclusive to that site. I'll pass on the game then. Epic is a piece of shit compared to Steam. You're just not going to be able to get people to move. I don't know what you do. It's just kind of set in stone at this point.
Okay, so let me hit up some of supers. Jason says, everyone knows that if Gears of War was made into a movie, that it would star The Rock, Pedro Pascal, and Zendaya. Zendaya for Dom.
Please, no, can we all bond on the fact that Zendaya sucks? Like, if there's a
Oh, she
person that
does.
actually likes Zendaya out there, I want to meet you because I just don't believe that person exists.
I was
Really,
thinking
I
about
don't.
this yesterday. Like, I think she's a good model, but she's not a good actress.
You're being so generous.
I'm trying really hard,
hate
'cause I'm like, I don't
everything about
understand.
her.
I don't understand why she can be so popular. Is it because like she's got that biracial ethnic thing
I don't
going
think
that they're
she
like,
is
yeah,
popular. She's just kind of shoved into everything.
yeah, but like she's got millions of followers, like millions. It's insane. It's like, so who's following her? Who's supporting her? You know?
I don't know. I think it's just because she has visibility because all these directors and stuff flock to her. So she gets herself in the right movies and then she bonds with those directors. And, from there, it's people see her, people follow her. Like, I don't think there's really much more to it than that. And I think people like Tom Holland as well.
Yep.
So
She's got
that
180
also
million
helps her.
followers on Instagram. 180 million. Her last photo got 5.1 million likes. That's wild. Look at that.
I just can't with her. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't see it at all. I can't believe she's in Spider-Man. I think that's like the worst decision that they've made. And there's a lot of issues I have with those movies, but like just Zendaya being there is like probably the by worst decision. Her energy in it is awful. Like it's completely
Yeah, she was that
antithetical.
annoying brat.
And then they do that. Well, teehee, she's, you know, MJ, not Mary Jane.
She's
or whatever. It's
Michelle.
just like,
Yeah,
oh
she's
my
Michelle
God.
Jones.
Like, just stop. So, yeah, I can't stand her.
Mhm.
And like I said, find me someone who likes her. I will be stunned to find that person.
That's true. Titter Pig says, watch Predator Blabs, also Terminator 1 and 2. Classic movies that strip the actors in them. Guarantee you'd enjoy them. Yeah. AVC saw with the new NVIDIA 50 series graphic cards. They removed their physics engine. PhySix? I don't know what that word is. Meaning all the old PC games using that you won't be able to play anymore with the new cards. Wait, what?
Yeah, that's a whole thing.
So if I want to go and boot up Zoo Tycoon 2 with the new graphics card, I wouldn't be able to do that?
You wouldn't be able to play Arkham Knight or Arkham City. Even.
I'm researching that for tomorrow. What the hell?
Yeah, look into it. It's pretty interesting.
Hang on, we're
You're a
writing
fucking
that
moron.
down.
Why would you buy that just so you can play modern slop?
For real. Okay, can you read that super chat, please, while I write this down?
Lord Slosh, how you doing for 5? Saying, currently playing Arkham Trilogy. After that, probably the Crisis games. I have no interest in any current stuff aside from Prime 4 and Doom Dark Ages, which I think Doom Dark Ages looks pretty awesome, too.
Yeah, I want that one.
Flash just did the biggest yawn.
Sorry. I want that one. Doom Dark Ages. Doom Dark Ages, I'm all in on.
All right, and no, hang on, this one. Bentley guy says, I have to give Kay a tip of the hat for fantastic Jex fan fiction. Instead of going to an Asian level, Jex goes to India to eat cheeseburger and yells. Oh, hang on. It says, do not redeem repeatedly. Do not redeem.
Do not redeem. Please do not redeem Gex. Do not do it, please.
It's really scary how good you are at that.
Well, I am.
Stay away
brown.
from my cell phone.
I'm literally just imitating my uncles. I'm not joking. That's where I'm getting this from.
Damn, bro. Okay, and Corona says, do you know why banks put coins in rolls? Because in most states, it's illegal to have dimes in bags. Montez! I don't think we hit the Montez goal today. Did we, Kay? You have YouTube open, right?
we did
I
not.
didn't think so. Well, guys, tomorrow you guys have a chance to try. The mystery says, 1 for Montez! Thank you very much. Okay, so... By the way, guys, I can't see direct donations. If you send one, they'll be right on Wednesday when Craig returns because I can't get access to them. All right. We just got 2 more. Nathan says, for me, Steam guides are a godsend for walkthroughs and achievements. Not to mention, in order to review a game, you have to buy it. Plus, no other platform has the best way to sort your library. Yeah,
Exactly.
I like that.
They have it down pat. And
Mm-hmm.
the walkthroughs are amazing, and I'm not an achievement person, but I think it works well. Like, yeah, it's an all-in-one package. They figured it out. They built it from the ground up very well, and it's going to be near impossible to compete. I think GOG is really the only one who has like any chance of doing that because of the wish list stuff, and like they're really trying to put this like you own your stuff message out, and we want to improve games that don't run properly anymore because they're like older and computers are upgrading constantly. So I think GOG has the right idea, but they're still they're not able to touch Steam, I think, overall for like the masses.
Okay. Zendaya can't act and looks like a 12-year-old Dominican boy. She's brown Kristen Stewart. She's boring, and I don't get the attraction. That's a fair assessment.
That's a great analogy. She is the Kristen Stewart of like the
Dude,
modern era.
She really
Absolutely.
Abdulio says the NVIDIA issues that you won't be able to play to use Fist X features in Arkham Asylum and other games that feature it. They're still playable.
Yeah, but they dropped to like 30 frames a second.
So it's not really playable then. All right, guys. Flash, where can the people find you?
Yellow Flash and Yellow Flash 2.
Okay.
And Yellow
Kay.
Flash Guy on X.
That's right. Kay, where can people find you?
At Melee Games.
That's it?
What do you want me to say?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna do like a song and a dance about it. All right.
Well, you guys missed a song on Friday. I had to sing "Circle of Life" thanks to Blabs.
I saw that. It was terrifying. Please don't ever do it again.
I don't want to sing.
No, that was so sad.
It's a great song, though.
It is. Who's it sung by?
Elton John.
Phil Collins?
Saved her. You saved her, Flash. She thought it was Phil Collins who sang The Lion King.
What?
Same shit to me, bro. I don't know.
Both
It's
British,
the same
same
person. It's the same person.
It's all British. One's flamboyant and one's womanizer. Same thing. All right, guys. As for me, you can find me on my channels, Blab and Collector, Blab's Life, also on Kick, Twitter, whatever. Okay, guys. See you all tomorrow. People are going to try to keep it down. Don't let them. You guys got to go get it. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.